What is up, everyone? Josh's Customs here, back with another video for the channel. Today we have something super special in store. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new blowback housing unit from NexxSpeed for Hi Capas. Before we start this video, I just wanted to let everybody know that we're trying out a new camera/lighting style, so I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any feedback compared to the old one, let me know. This should be a little bit better as far as lighting and you guys being able to see things, so we're experimenting. But with that out of the way, we're going to take a look at this beautiful new innovative BBU from NexxSpeed. So this BBU comes in 8 different colors. Red, like you see here, which is absolutely beautiful. Silver, gold, blue, black, gray, green, and purple. So a lot of different color options to match your build. It weighs at 14.38 grams, which is a little bit heavier than the LA Capa Turbo BBU, but not as heavy as the Edge V2, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's around 15, but it could be 14. It's around the same weight as the Edge V2. But this BBU includes a lot of features that these others don't. So even though it is a little bit more expensive at $74.99, it does have features that the other BBUs do not, that will improve the lifespan and performance of this part, according to NexxSpeed. So included in the box, you get the BBU itself. Obviously it's assembled in the box, but just for purposes, I took it apart for the demonstration. You get your piston here, which has 4 different O-rings. You can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 O-rings here for the maximum seal for your nozzle. You also get an O-ring on your screw, and then there's another one down on the screw hole to hold the screw in place. You also get a set of other O-rings and an early gas cutoff. I'm not entirely sure if these are bigger than the original ones. I haven't tested it out. Well, I mean, I have swapped them out, but I haven't measured these to see if they're any bigger. I don't think they are, just based on my testing. Like I said, I've tested both sets. They both work well with all the nozzles that I've tried them with, but I think they are the same size, just an extra in case they break, which is really nice of NexxSpeed. Other than that, the only thing I found kind of odd is that you don't get a screw to hold it into your Hi Capa, to hold the BBU into your Hi Capa. You have to either have one from your stock BBU, or in this case, I'm just taking one from an Edge BBU that I don't use. So this BBU has a lot of really cool features. The first one being, you're probably like, what the hell is this white, plastic looking stuff all around the BBU? And this is supposed to be a low friction plastic, kind of like Delrin, to reduce wear on your nozzle. And according to NexxSpeed, this will reduce the breakage of your nozzle as long as you're not using a shitty nozzle like AIP. If you're using an Edge nozzle or a stock nozzle or a Garger nozzle, and I think NexxSpeed is coming out with a nozzle relatively soon, those should all pair really well with these, and they have in my testing. So this is a really cool innovation that no other BBU has. I'm curious to see down the line if this is actually the case, and it actually prevents the nozzle from breaking. This Edge nozzle that I have has held up pretty well inside of this BBU. I don't think I have 1,000 BBs through it yet, but no signs of wear or anything like that. So really good on NexxSpeed for this design. My favorite being, though, is this Delrin insert right here where the BBU contacts the hammer. So right where the BBU will contact the hammer here, there's a Delrin insert, and that is just super, super smooth. Sorry, I'm not used to this new setup. I had this off focus for a bit. I hope you guys can see this here. This is just super, super smooth. It's better than what LA Capa did in their Turbo BBU. They just kind of made a larger ramp, but this Delrin really reduces the friction on your hammer, and I absolutely love it. Other than that, The quad O-ring design, like I mentioned earlier, is something new. The Hi Capa Turbo BBU has a tri O-ring design, but this quad O-ring design is really great. No, the Hi Capa has a dual O-ring design. It has 2 O-rings. This one has 4. So really, really cool. And it is a great seal in your nozzle. I mean, that is really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to put this inside of the Hi Capa. All right, let's get this unit installed. We're going to put our piston inside of the unit here. Now, I know there are O-rings on this screw, but I'm just going to put the smallest little dab of Loctite 242 on the end just to ensure that it doesn't back out. Because especially if your Hi Capa has a good amount of blowback to it, these screws like to walk out on any blowback housing unit that you have, so it's always good to apply a little bit of Loctite to them. All right, screw this down. Nice and tight. Okay, now we're gonna grab our nozzle. I'm going to put a little bit of Waldo's Customs thin lubricant inside of here. There we go. A little bit on the outside. I love this Waldo Customs lubricant, but this thin one loves to go all over the place. The nozzle seal is really great. Now I'm going to grab my nozzle spring. This is the 150% from Blowback Masters. These are my favorite nozzle springs. I also love the ones from AIP. This is the Airsoft Masterpiece RIO slide. So you can direct mount optics with an RMR footprint, which is really cool. Okay. Going to also put a small amount of Loctite 242 on this screw. Now we're going to hold our blowback unit in place, screw it in, make sure it's tight. Now let's just check that our nozzle can move freely, which it can. Very snappy. Awesome. Just gonna throw our outer and inner barrel in place. Boom. Guide rod. This is also the guide rod from NexxSpeed, so it does color match very well. There we go. Got that all in place. Upper on the lower. Now, I don't know, I know you guys can't feel this, but that Delrin on the back of the blowback housing unit where it contacts the hammer just makes this all the much smoother, especially if you polish the hammer ramp like I did here. Super, super smooth. Obviously, very easy to install like any other blowback housing unit on the market. So I'm going to load up a couple mags, we'll get a chrono result, see how consistent this is. So I will see you guys in a minute. All right, we're going to do a consistency test with this NexxSpeed BBU installed on the Hi Capa build. We are running 0.3 gram BBs, and we are going to get a 15 round result here. So in conclusion, I am really a fan of this BBU. I waited a little while to wrap this video up so I could get a little bit more rounds through this. I would say I would have around 3,000 BBs through this BBU. Absolutely flawless. There is no wear at all on our nozzle. The Delrin insert has held up very well along with the plastic inside, so if anybody's worried about that, I would not be. This BBU pairs perfectly with NexxSpeed's other parts, like their guide rod and brass hop-up unit. Just look how gorgeous that is. If you wanted my recommendation for this BBU, I would totally say this is worth the extra money over the other BBUs, not necessarily because of the weight or anything like that, but NexxSpeed has gone above and beyond with this Delrin insert and the low friction plastic to reduce this wear on your nozzle. Usually by now, even with Edge V2s, I would see some wear up on the top of this nozzle, but as you can see, it is perfectly flawless. There is no wear whatsoever on my nozzle, and there's no signs of this breaking at all after about 3,000 BBs. So good on NexxSpeed for this awesome product. I would highly, highly recommend buying this and picking this up from NexxSpeed.com. I will put the link down in my description. I really, really appreciate everybody for watching this video today. And if you found this informative and helpful, I really appreciate you leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.